Attention passionate Seattle, SEAHAWKS fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle, SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news. The Seattle Seahawks, a team that has been building towards something special for quite some time, made a significant roster move this past Thursday that's sure to have ripple effects across the NFC West and beyond. They signed linebacker Chaz Surratt, a former third-round pick by the Minnesota Vikings, to their 53-man roster. And let me tell you, this is not just a routine signing. It's a move that signals the Seahawks' intent to bolster their defensive front and add more versatility to their linebacker core. Surratt, a talented player out of North Carolina, has shown flashes of potential since entering the league in 2021, and now he gets a fresh start in Seattle, a team that's been competitive and hungry to take that next step. But hold on, because this move came with a bit of roster shuffling. To make room for Surratt, the Seahawks had to release D'Anthony Bell, a safety who had been with them since last year. Bell, an undrafted free agent out of West Florida, had a pretty solid run with the Browns before landing in Seattle. He played in nearly every game since 2022, making 7 starts and recording 2 interceptions. That's no small feat for an undrafted safety trying to carve out a role in a league where every inch of roster space counts. His time in Seattle was marked by perseverance, and it's always tough to see a player go, especially one who worked so hard to get to this point. But as they say in the NFL, it's all about the next man up, and the Seahawks clearly believe Surratt can bring something extra to their linebacker rotation. Now, it's not just about adding Surratt. The Seahawks also made some adjustments to their practice squad, signing linebacker Chris Paul Jr. and wide receiver cornerback return specialist Courtney Jackson. These moves are part of the ongoing puzzle that Seattle is putting together as they prepare for what could be a pivotal season. They released linebacker Jalen Gaines and running back Anthony Tyus III, making space for the new additions. These roster moves might seem minor on paper, but in the grand scheme, they're part of a greater strategy to balance out depth, versatility, and special teams impact, which could prove crucial as the season unfolds. You know, for fans who follow the Seahawks closely, especially those who remember the days of their dominant defenses and high-powered offenses, it's fascinating to see how this team continues to evolve. The core of their secondary remains intact with Julian Love and Kobe Bryant, who are expected to start at safety positions. But the real story here is the rising talent of Nick Emmanwori, the second-round rookie out of South Carolina. According to reports, Emmanwori is already making waves in camp, and his role in the Seahawks' defense is expected to be significant, particularly in their big nickel package. This is a hybrid role that involves playing near the line of scrimmage, covering tight ends, and providing extra support against the run. Seattle has big plans for Emmanwori, who has shown enough in practice to suggest he could be an impact player right from the get-go, even if he's sharing time. Now, talking about the overall defensive scheme, the Seahawks have spent the offseason refining what has been a strength in recent years: their defensive versatility. They've invested in young talent, like Emmanwori, while also relying on experienced players like Julian Love and Kobe Bryant to anchor the secondary. The addition of Surratt adds a new dimension to their linebacker core, which has been somewhat inconsistent in past seasons. With Surratt's ability to cover and his knack for making plays, the Seahawks are clearly thinking big. They want to be a team that can adapt to whatever offenses throw at them and that can disrupt the rhythm of their opponents. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. The Seahawks, under head coach Pete Carroll, have always been a team that emphasizes competition, depth, and finding value in players others might overlook. This move to sign Surratt is a testament to that philosophy. It's about adding talent, but also about creating a roster that can withstand injuries, adapt to game situations, and ultimately compete at the highest level. Seattle's front office has been diligent in their scouting and drafting, evident in their investment in young players like Nick Imanwari and their willingness to bring in players like Surratt and Courtney Jackson from outside sources. Looking ahead, the expectations for this Seahawks team are sky-high. They've been building a roster that blends experienced veterans with promising young talents. The addition of Surratt could prove to be a game-changer, especially if he can quickly adapt to Seattle's defensive scheme and contribute right away. The Seahawks' linebacker core now has more depth, and that's an essential ingredient for a team aiming to make a serious playoff push. Remember last season, the Seahawks showed flashes of brilliance, but consistency was sometimes elusive. With these roster tweaks, they're signaling that they're serious about ironing out those issues and competing for a division title once again. For Seahawks fans, this is more than just a roster move, it's a statement. It shows that the team is committed to winning and that they're willing to make bold decisions to improve. The NFL is a league where every detail matters, and Seattle is clearly focused on fine-tuning their squad to maximize their chances. The coaching staff, led by Pete Carroll, has always emphasized adaptability and smart football. Now, with Surratt in the fold, they have an additional piece that can help them execute their game plan more effectively. And speaking of game plans, the upcoming season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory for Seahawks fans. The team has a solid foundation on offense, with their quarterback looking to build on a promising year. But defensively, they're making strategic moves to elevate their play. The linebacker position, often overlooked, is now a position of strength thanks to this signing. Surratt's versatility allows him to be deployed in multiple roles, whether it's in coverage, blitzing, or stopping the run. His ability to read plays and make quick decisions could be exactly what Seattle needs to stifle some of the high-powered offenses in the NFC West and beyond. The NFC West is a division known for its competitive spirit, with teams like the San Francisco 49ers, Los Angeles Rams, and Arizona Cardinals all vying for supremacy. The 49ers, in particular, have been dominant in recent years, but the Seahawks are not willing to settle for just being a spoiler. They have their sights set on a deep playoff run, and these roster moves are part of a larger strategy to get there. The addition of Surratt, along with the rookies and other veterans, creates a more complete and agile team capable of adjusting on the fly. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture of the Seahawks season. The team has been steadily improving, and the expectations are high for them to make a real push. With a talented young defense, led by players like Nick Imanwari, and a solid core in the secondary, they are looking to be disruptive. The coaching staff has been emphasizing scheme versatility, which means we might see some creative packages and strategic adjustments throughout the season. The coaching staff's ability to develop young players like Imanwari and integrate new signings like Surratt could be the difference between a good season and a great one. And don't forget the importance of leadership and chemistry. Seattle has always been a team that emphasizes unity and playing for each other. The addition of a player like Surratt, who has experience and a high motor, could provide an extra boost in the locker room. His energy and work ethic are qualities that fit perfectly with the Seahawks culture. It's about building a team that's not just talented, but also resilient and hungry for success. As fans, we know that every season is full of surprises, and the Seahawks have a knack for making headlines when it counts. This roster move is just the latest example of their relentless pursuit of excellence. The season is still approaching, but the buzz around the team is already palpable. Everyone is eager to see how these new pieces come together on the field and how they'll influence the team's overall performance. The potential is there, and with the right development and execution, Seattle could very well surprise us all this year. Remember, the NFL is a league of inches, and sometimes, just one player stepping up can change everything. That's what makes following the Seahawks so exciting right now. They are assembling a team that's built to compete, adapt, and ultimately chase that Super Bowl dream once again. The signing of Surratt isn't just about filling a roster spot. It's about sending a message that the Seahawks are serious and ready to fight for every inch of the field. The division is tough, the competition fierce, but if there's one thing Seahawks fans know, it's that their team never backs down from a challenge. So, as we look ahead to the season, keep an eye on how these roster moves unfold. Watch how Surratt and the rookies like Imanwari develop, and how the secondary and linebacker groups come together. It's going to be a fascinating journey, and I believe the Seahawks have all the pieces to make this year one of their most memorable yet. Whether it's a deep playoff run or a division title, the foundation is being laid right now, and the team is showing that they're all in. This season could be the one where Seattle reminds everyone why they're considered a perennial contender, and a lot of that starts with smart, impactful moves like this latest signing. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. Do you think Surratt will be a game changer? Are you excited about the rookies like Imanwari stepping into bigger roles? Or do you believe there are other areas the team should focus on? Whatever your thoughts, share them with us because your voice is part of this community. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seahawks news. We're all in this together, and I can't wait to see how the season unfolds. Go Seahawks!